Back in May, Loot Crate teases exclusive pops in upcoming months. Do they deliver this month? Well... Howdy guys and gals, Glenn here, and it is Loot Crate time for July. Wow, already it's barely out and just a ton of hot opinions on Loot Crate this month. Usually Loot Crate does generate a lot of heat in one way or the other, and for good or for bad, this is no exception. So let's dig right in. We're going to start with the small stuff because we've got a lot to talk about. So the first item is a Legend of Zelda wristband. Yay! I'm so excited. Another Zelda item. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Now, considering it's 105 here in Vegas this week, you know, I'm sure I'll put this wristband to really good use because you know how much I love Zelda and how much I am not tired of getting Zelda items in every one of these boxes. This box is the Heroes 2 box, so it's branded as their first sequel. The Heroes 1 box came out last year, so this is supposed to be the sequel to that. So the first hero item we got was from Legend of Zelda, and a nice, very cool wristband with the Triforce on it. Alright, next we've got a little mini poster. Now, mini posters are tricky, and we've talked about this before. Mini posters are rarely worthwhile, and the reason is because they're rarely displayable. They usually have tons of creases or rolls or wrinkles, something that keeps them from being a really good display item. So we're going to see what we've got here. Now, this little mini poster is, I gotta tell you, I have a little bit of history with this. This is a Wonder Woman pinup type poster. It's a nice play. It's kind of a World War II rallying type poster by the artwork. This is actually part of a set. I first saw this set of mini posters on, I think it was thinkgeek.com, and there was a Wonder Woman and I think a Batgirl and a bunch of different pin-up type posters of the female heroes, and I thought they were really well done. I really liked them. They were really attractive, and I wanted to get the whole set. So I was actually very pleased to see this poster because I think it's great. You know, I'm not much for mini posters, but I've wanted this for a long time. I've actually wanted the whole set. So this is actually really awesome to me, and I was very pleasantly surprised to see this. Now, the other thing I'll say about this mini poster is for a little rolled up poster, this is actually in really great shape. There's no real wrinkles. If I can get a little frame of this size, there's no reason I can't hang this up, and I'm going to. I really, you know, it's regular poster paper, nothing too fancy about it. And there's a couple of little nicks on the side from being rolled up, but nothing that a little frame won't cover. But this is the first mini poster that I've really been really happy with. Not only is it a poster that I wanted, but it came in really good shape, and it's definitely displayable. I like this square kind of poster tube. It did its job definitely in this box. And Loot Crate boxes are pretty hardy anyway. They did a good job keeping this protected. So they did a really good job with this poster. This is going to be a poster I'm going to hang somewhere. You might see it in a future video. But this is the first of those mini posters that I've really been happy with. Okay, the next item we have is a Batman multi-tool. So it's a keychain, but it has a little teeny-weeny Phillips screwdriver on it, and it has a flathead screwdriver on the other side. So the two wingtips are two different types of screwdrivers. I haven't taken it out and tried it yet. Oh, and it's also a bottle opener. So pretty cool. I like the design. It's heavy. You know, obviously DC and Warner Brother licensed, but it's a nice heavy, kind of a different item. I'm not too sure about these little screwdriver ends, if they would do much, but I'll definitely check it out and see. So a multi-tool. Okay, next, one of my favorite items that I get in these boxes, air freshener for the car. This one is a Spock Live Long and Prosper air freshener from Star Trek. Can't go wrong there. It's vanilla. Most of these are vanilla, so it'd be nice to get a little bit of a different scent, but I'm cool with that. So air freshener, nice little light. Okay, so Loot Crate is taking a page from Geek Fuel apparently, and giving us a code, a game code. This one is Brawlhalla, which is a free-to-play brawler, like a platformer, like a fighting game. This code is for different skins, which would be the thing that you would normally pay for. Again, this is branded as a Loot Crate exclusive, but the good thing about this, Brawlhalla code is that it's not advertising itself as having a certain value. It's a free-to-play game, and these are just for different skins. At least it's not, I'm still not big on the codes, but at least it's not trying to, hype you up with a $40 value or a $10 value or a $20 value. So it says Loot Crate exclusive. I don't know how exclusive the skins are, but for a free-to-play, I'll try out a platformer. I don't mind that. So not terrible, not my favorite thing, and not what I would consider an item, but still not a bad inclusion. All right. Here's something a little bit unusual for these boxes is a hardcover book. And this one is branded as Loot Crate exclusive. What it is the League of Regrettable Superheroes. So it's basically a book of what I would consider, I looked through this, the dumbest or the least thought out or the worst superhero ideas that have appeared in comic books. And this ranges from the Golden Age to the Silver Age to the Modern Age of comics. So definitely an interesting read. It's got everything from Gunmaster, a weird one called Brother Power the Geek, which I actually had heard of before, Speed Centaur, just some really dumb and forgettable superheroes, which also makes them regrettable. But this is the Loot Crate edition, so something tells me if I were to go on Amazon, I would see a similar book, but it just wouldn't be Loot Crate branded, or might have a particular forward or introduction that is exclusive to Loot Crate. So this is actually a decent looking book. It would look good on a bookshelf. It's colorful, and it's a hardcover, so it's a decent book. I kind of like that. I don't normally like getting books in these crates, but this is actually kind of a book that you could almost call a collectible. So there's that. All right, now the main item, and the one thing that Loot Crate did in hyping up this Heroes 2 box is it promoted it as having an exclusive DC vinyl figure. Well, as soon as that announcement was made, it caused a firestorm of speculation among people anticipating the next Loot Crate. Question at that point became, whoa, a DC exclusive vinyl. Does that mean we're getting an exclusive pop? Now, the reason that the speculation was so wild and rampant is because back in May, Loot Crate tweeted that the original Funko Pops that we have coming for you in upcoming months will blow you away, or something like that. And that tweet was picked up on by everybody. Oh, sweet. We've got Funko Pops, more exclusive Funko Pops coming up in future Loot Crates. And this was back in May. The June box did not have any Funko Pops in it. So as soon as they announced that there would be a DC vinyl, the natural assumption by a lot of people was the fact that, oh, here it is. Here's that exclusive Funko Pop, similar to the, Joker, Batman, or the Groot from a couple months back. So, sweet. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be what they're talking about. Well, as soon as I saw it, I thought, well, they didn't specifically say Funko Pop. They said an exclusive vinyl figure. And to my mind, if it was going to be a Funko Pop, they would have said so. And the reason they would have said so is because that would drive sales of the box like nothing else. There are people that wait to find out if there's a Funko Pop in the Loot Crate before they subscribe to it, right? So that would have been a huge sales driver if they would have just said, instead of an exclusive DC vinyl figure, if they would have said an exclusive DC Funko Pop, bam, their sales would have been incredible. So I was skeptical. My first thought was, there's no way this is a Funko Pop, because they're just shooting themselves in the foot if they don't say that. Why would you not say it's a pop? So I expected some sort of different vinyl figure, something from Titans, something from Kid Robot, something like that. So I wasn't really anticipating a Funko Pop. And as it turns out, I was right. There was no Funko Pop in this particular. Couple things about that. First, we'll go over what exactly this vinyl figure is. If you remember a couple of videos ago, and I'll link it up there, I went over the exclusive loot crates from Comic-Con. And in one of them, the creature box was what they called a Q Pop. And it was a vinyl figure, and it was a Ghostbusters figure.
Go get her, Ray!
Very cool figure. I really liked the design. Kind of taking these characters and making them young, almost like kids in the style. And came out with a neat stand. I really liked it. So the figure this time was also a Q Pop. And this is a 60s Batman Q Pop. So if you look at it, it's kind of got that, again, the Q Pop design, and this is by Quantum Mechanics, the company. And Q Pop, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, rip off of Funko Pops, and they've got the Q is kind of a nice little play on the, if you look at a Funko Pop, let's bring one up. A Funko Pop box, you've got the little voice bubble here. So it looks a lot like that, and they've got the little voice bubble in there as well. But that being said, I really like these figures. I want to not like it because I want the Funko Pop. But the problem is these are really nice figures. There's a couple more in this collection, Superman and Catwoman. But I really like these figures a lot. I think they look really, really cute and really neat. They're a different design. And they've come up with something that's different than all the other collectibles. I'm going to post when I take this out of the box, I'll post a couple pictures of it on the Facebook page, but I really like this. I haven't looked at any values or anything. I'm going to kind of look that stuff up just because, you know, we're talking about whether I like it or not. And I definitely like this pop, which I didn't really want to because I want the Loot Crate exclusive Funko Pops. Now, having said that, I have a little bit, kind of a theory on why we're not seeing any Funko Pops. Now, before I get into this, as recently as June 17th, or July 17th, sorry, which as of this video is only 4 days ago, someone asked as a reply to that tweet back in May, hey, is this still happening? Are we still getting Funko Pops exclusives coming up? And the answer from Loot Crate was, as in a positive response. So take that for what it's worth. I'm kind of taking it with a grain of salt because it was a little bit cryptic. But we're going to put the tinfoil hat on here for a second and kind of go into what's involved, what's happened lately, and what's coming up for Funko. That might be the reason that Loot Crate is not putting Funko Pops in their boxes right now. Now, we all know that Funko and Marvel have come together in a joint project called the Marvel Collector Corps. Hi! The Marvel Collector Corps guarantees to have an exclusive, or had to have all exclusive items, in particular exclusive Funko items, in each box. And so far, 2 for 2, it's been 2 exclusive Pop figures. The first month being the Hulkbuster, and the second box being the Ant-Man figure. Now, we all know that there were issues with box 2. We won't go into those again and rehash those because we already know all about them. And you can look at my last review to see me talk about that. But just recently as well, and you know, if you're in the industry, you probably would have had word of this. It was at least made semi-public knowledge during Comic-Con and especially during Funko Fun Days towards the end of Comic-Con. Funko announced that in addition to the Marvel Collector Corps, they're going to do a DC box, so Funko and DC, and a Star Wars box, right? So that's 3 boxes that are going to have, presumably, exclusive Funko items in every box. Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. To my mind, this puts a huge hurt on the other sub boxes. I mean, if you're doing 1, 2, 3 sub boxes, why would you do anything except those 3, especially if you collect Funko? If you collect Funko and you get 3 boxes, you could afford 3 boxes, you're getting those 3 boxes. Now, those boxes aren't monthly. At least Marvel isn't. I don't know what the other 2 were going to bring, whether they're going to be bi-monthly like the Marvel one is, or some other schedule. But honestly, this puts a lot of hurt on Loot Crate, Geek Fuel, One Up Box, My Geek Box, all those other boxes. This really puts a dent in. So if I'm Loot Crate, I'm not too happy about this arrangement. Basically, you've got Funko putting out 3 of their own boxes and bypassing the sub boxes altogether to take in their own money, right? So if I'm Loot Crate, maybe I'm looking for an alternative to Funko right now, because number one, Funko might not want to keep producing those kind of exclusive items for Loot Crate if they need items to fill their other 3 boxes. Who knows how many more they'll do, but these are the 3 that are announced. So Funko might not want to keep this arrangement going with Loot Crate to keep putting out exclusive pops. From Loot Crate's standpoint, they just have seen 2 more competitors to their box pop up from the very company that they have an arrangement with to do exclusive vinyl figure items with. So it seems to me that Loot Crate is very possibly coming up with Q Pops as, okay, this is going to be our exclusive company moving forward. They've done it once with the Comic-Con Creature box, almost like a try it out. Only 10,000 of them were made, so let's see how those go. Very next box, another Q Pop, not a Funko vinyl. Again, I love these vinyl figures. I hope they keep doing them. I'd love to have the Funkos in some boxes and then Loot Crate keep doing these. So I'm happy either way. I'm happy with the Pops and I'm happy with the Q Pops. So, conspiracy theories aside, it would not surprise me if Loot Crate got away from the whole Funko Pops. Now, again, they have said very recently as 4 days ago, that yes, we're going to keep going with those original Funko figures. Now, their answer was a little bit, right? Instead of yes, you bet. You're gonna love what we're coming up with. So I'm gonna wait and see, but I wouldn't get my hopes up for Funko Pops in future Loot Crates, because I think they're moving to this vinyl figure, this Q Pop, because of what's going on in the Funko world right now, with them basically producing their own boxes. So that's about it. Other than that, we've got our basic Loot Crate magazine, which are always good. You've got a nice history story on Batman and Wonder Woman. Probably my 2 favorite DC characters. So it talks about both of them and a couple little articles here or there. And then obviously it tells you what's in the box as well. No variant items. Everything is pretty much the same. There's no items that could have been this or could have been that. Everybody pretty much got the same items. Pretty standard Loot Crate box as far as quality. I liked it. I liked some things for the first time that I rarely like in a box. Number 1, the mini poster. Number 2, the book. I really dig that book. It's well put together. It looks great. It's a hardcover, look good on a bookshelf. And you know what? I dig this. As much as I hate to say it, I dig this figure. This would be something that I would collect because they're great display items. They come with, if you look, there's a background in there. They display well in the box, and they'll display well out of the box too, because they've got the little flag, which you saw on the Ghostbusters one. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, we've also got the normal Loot Crate button, and this one has Batman on it. Can't go wrong with Batman, since he was a big theme of this particular box. So that's about it. I'm going to give this box a nice B+. I like this box. If it would be an A if I'd gotten a Funko Pop, or maybe a shirt. No shirt in this box, so that pushes it down to a B+. But I have no problem with this box. I like it a lot. Other than this, I'm sure I'll find a use for this as well. But other than that, I'll kind of get over my hatred of Zelda right now. That's about it. Thanks for watching. This one's gone kind of long. I haven't done a sub box in a while, so I'm going to try to shorten these up a little bit. But we've got a lot coming. I got 2 more today. So we've got some reviews coming fast and furious, and hope you enjoyed the pop review that we did last video. And remember, 1,000 subscribers will give away those 3 exclusive pop figures. Make sure you like us on Facebook. Check that out. We're getting a lot of likes there, and I'm posting a lot of pictures and a lot of previews of future boxes, which are popular. And there's some good stuff in there. We're going to have some pop hunting reviews coming up probably after this weekend. And other than that, we will see you later. Definitely throw your comments down there and tell me how you liked the video. We'll talk to you later. Bye.